cough. I went to go get gumbo at a family thing, came back with a little cough, but I'm good. So if you hear me coughing and hacking, that's what it is, but she's good. Thanks for coming to LRGA Curves today. Make sure you smash the like button, smash the subscribe button, ring the bell on the way in if you haven't already, so you can get notified when we go live over here on LRGA Curves. Okay? Now, let's see. So what's about to happen is we are going to watch more of Kenley Collins blow up Project Runway. You may or may not realize that this is Kenley Collins. She was on season 5, Project Runway. She obviously has like kind of a retro aesthetic. And she was triggered when she saw the most recent season of Project Runway happening. She got triggered and she ended up about 2 weeks ago, she started, which is when Project Runway's most recent season started. Well, no, about 3 weeks ago now. No, because they're on episode 5. I think they're going to be on episode 6 this week. So anyway, so she saw the trailer for Project Runway as a previous contestant. It immediately triggered her. She's been making tell-all videos ever since then. She's been calling, this is her words. She said that Andy Cohen is the gay Harvey Weinstein. She said that Anderson Cooper isn't on the shits. She said that Harvey Weinstein used to come through. She said that Ghislaine Maxwell used to come and follow her to the bathroom or something and make her pee with the door open. It's like all kind of weird stories. Anyway, I had came across this about 13 days ago. We went live about this. And since that time, she's been making more videos and I was letting them build up because it felt like she had a lot to say. So this morning, we're going to do the videos for the last 2 weeks that she's been putting up. Again, this is Kenley Collins, Project Runway Season 5, telling everything that she can about anybody who she dealt with over there. She's just like ready for the truth to come out. So you guys let me know if you can hear this okay. And let's go starter.
No, look what's on my smart TV. Start from the beginning and binge watch from season 1. Season 1 through 5. Call me, DM me, get in touch. Because these motherfuckers making money off our reruns, bitch. Promoting it on the homepage? Oh, someone paid a pretty penny for that one. Oh, and what do you know? Look what's on my smart TV. Like K-pop Demon Hunter soundtrack again. Oh my god, I love this song! Seeing on my feed La Roche as a judge on Project Runway.
Hey, Lucas.
Talking about a design looking like a woman's cervix, fully dilated and crowning, is fucking disgusting. I really don't need you talking about women's vaginas like that, especially a woman's vagina during birth of a baby. Step the fuck down. It's disgusting. And I'm sure the producers fed you that line because they're nothing but trash. Something Harvey wouldn't even approve of. Seeing what the fuck is going on with Heidi's boob job. They're out. To put on blinders. There's a there is a low plunging suit that she's wearing and the knockers are out. And while Roach is going to talk about someone's design looking like a vagina, let's talk about who's sitting right next like not a good cleavage at all. I don't know why. Like, this is desperation for ratings and a comeback at its finest. It's so bad. Hi, my name is Heidi, and these are my new boobs. I'm trying to get ratings. I got my new Botox, my fillers, my boob job, and we're gonna make this all. What the fuck is going on with Heidi's boob job? I liked Michael Kors. I thought he was really funny, but in a classy way. I don't think he was over the top, vulgar, and nasty like some of these other desperate new judges are, like La Roche. And just the desperation of trying to recreate something like Michael Kors, who's so organic in what he says and just vulgar, but not, it was funny, but it was still, you know, it wasn't crossing any lines. It wasn't trying to really destroy and offend people. I don't think he was allowing the producers to write for him. I think what he said is like really from him, like he's funny. The rest of the puppets just are, if they're being nasty, that's coming probably from the producers, but still it came out of their mouth and it's still not okay. If the producers wanted me to say or do something, I was like, I'm not doing that. I'm not saying that. Even if it meant me staying on the show longer, I wasn't produced. There was a lot of designers that were just produced. Like, they made one of the girls on my season dye her hair because they didn't need a redhead. They needed a blonde. They didn't ask me to do really much of anything because I think they felt I was a genuine person and that was going to show on camera. Where when you're just this disingenuine person, that's going to show on camera. And they're going to eliminate you anyway because you're probably just not good for television. I don't know if I would call myself a drama queen, but maybe some might say. One girl threw a fork at one of the producers because they were so nasty to her. And she was eliminated like the next day. So I was afraid. I wanted to be as nice as possible. I didn't want to ruffle any feathers. And that's life. That's any job. I mean, I still work regular jobs today. And I still learn when to bite my tongue and then when to call it out as something that is illegal or not okay or a violation. And if anyone's doing that at their job and you're getting retaliated against, you probably have a lawsuit on your hands because if you're reporting something that's awful and discriminatory and you were fired for that, that's discrimination with retaliation. So, little tip from people who are fired from their jobs. I liked Michael Kors, Heidi's first husband, who I love, because I met him at a party and knew how I feel about Tim Gunn. First of all, I did not like Tim. He did not like me. He doesn't like women who speak up, have their own thoughts and opinions. We didn't get along. We were not simpatico. I felt he was an erratic, shit-talking bitch, to be quite honest. I mean, he would talk shit about the models and their bodies and their, like, just, I was deeply offended by a lot of what he said about the models and their bodies. It made me uncomfortable. But when you talk like that about women, like I guess my model had just like an uneven shape. She wasn't symmetrical. She had, I don't even want to say it because I can't even repeat it. He talked about body parts and stuff, like specifically, and it was gross. I didn't like it, and I just thought he was a little phony and a snob. I thought he was a snob. And just like, I was so young, I'm like, it's like not, like, does any young girl really take advice from like an old boomer? I don't know. Probably not. And maybe I'm like age shaming, but especially one who's like talking about 17-year-old models' gorgeous models' bodies, that they're not good enough. I mean, that's a pathetic loser to me, to be honest. So, did I like him? Absolutely not. And it probably didn't help. He was reeked of alcohol most days when he came up to me in the workroom to film, the critique. So I thought, okay, is he drunk today? Or you just never really knew and couldn't care because it was just such deprivation of sleep and food. You're just like, I don't know. What do I say to this guy?
Hey, Smiling. How's it going, Aaron? Hey, Aaron, how's you been? Long time no see here. How's everything happening on your neck of the woods? Nice. We're just over here listening to Kenley Collins from Project Runway Season 5, who, when the most recent season of Project Runway aired, she got triggered and has been making video tell-alls for the last 3 weeks. And we were able to get through the first 8 about 13 days ago, and I just been letting them build up until now. So now we're going to do like 9 through 18. And they're just like little Instagram stories. She already talked about how she said Andy Cohen is the gay Harvey Weinstein. He would use Project Runway pretty much as a stable where he would go and like just pick people to get with or something. Hey. So, and he had nothing to do with the show, but his name was on it. So that gave him permission to be on set so that he could Harvey Weinstein the people. That's what she said. I didn't say it, so it's allegedly, but she said it, and because she saw it as firsthand. She's not using any allegedlys or anything. She is just telling her truth. So she talked about Michael Kors. She talked about Harvey Weinstein. She talked about Ghislaine Maxwell was even on set and would make her pee with the door open. Heidi Klum is no good, she said. She doesn't like La Roche. She just said Tim Gunn was practically an alcoholic, allegedly smelling like alcohol all the time. And yeah, so I'm just waiting to see who else she's going to tell on. So that's what we're doing so far.
I just want him to like wrap it up and go away. That's what I wanted. How I feel about Tim Gunn. First of all, I'm at my parents' house. My dad said, "Are you going to do another hate rant?" Because I don't live like this. I'm at my parents' house. My dad said, "Are you going to..." My dad loves it, but he's just trying to be petty. He's trying to be funny. He's an old Italian boomer that really hates Harvey Weinstein and Andy Cohen and Anderson Cooper. So he's enjoying every minute of this. My dad loves it. Marquesa did not get big until Georgina married Harvey, and then Harvey was making every celebrity woman wear her gowns on the red carpet. So, I mean, that's that much. 2010 to 2015 was about her peak. Marquesa was at its peak, and then all hell broke loose with the Me Too movement, and he was found guilty. 30 years in New York and 30 years in California. So even though he's trying to get out of one, I doubt he's going to get out of both. But we'll see. I don't care either way. I mean, like I said, it doesn't make me happy. It doesn't satisfy me. They're all in on it. Guys, I'm hearing the new reboot is like darker than dark. Like scary. Like pathetic. Dumb. Evil. I'm so sorry. Like, it's just, I knew, even just the clips on my Instagram account, I knew it looked just so low, so desperate, so dark is what everyone's telling me. I would love to watch an episode, but like, ever since I was on the show, I really can't bring myself to watch it because I know just how everything works and how dark it really is. And I don't think they hired Tim back because he was a diva. He was a diva on set. Like, he was not easy to film with. And they will cut you out if you're difficult. Or if you demand maybe a raise or more money, something. But he was not invited back for the simple fact that he is not easy to work with. I feel Christian is like the poster child of Project Runway. He was fully funded by the show and the Weinstein team, set up with an agent, a manager, a publicist to make appearances on shows, get endorsement deals, and was set up with the full package. And everyone else wasn't, and he was. So to answer your question about why is Christian so successful, he joined the jigsaw puzzle.
Well,
he became Jigsaw's part of Jigsaw's team. Can you tell I'm obsessed with Saw movies? I don't know. That's the way. That's the only way I can kind of explain it. He kind of joined in because he had no other choice. But he's a snob, just like Tim Gunn. I feel Christian is like when I was on Project Runway, season 5, on Bravo, Andy Cohen was not an on-camera person yet. And his title was Director of Programming for Bravo. He really shouldn't have even been on set. It was a little weird. Like, you were kind of like, once you found out who he was, you're like, why is he here? Like, the only time any network executive should be on set is like for promo day or like a photo shoot or a commercial or something for the show. There was no reason for him to be there. He wanted to be a producer and he wanted to be on camera. You could see that very clearly how thirsty he was. And then you realized why he was loving being there, because it was like a kid in the candy store. He was just unprofessional, flirty to say the least. He didn't need to be on set. But I guess when you're a predator and you have all the young gays on the show, you're wanting to be a part of that. And there was no reason for him. When Andy finally got the green light to have his own show, it was a talk show, which later became What Happens Live. And it was called After the Show. And it was after Project Runway, and it was interviewing each one of the eliminated designers to humiliate, be bitchy. When I interviewed with him, it was like everything was to humiliate and mortify. Like, he smirks when he knows he's just made someone feel like they want to go jump out of a window. It's bizarre. It's bizarre.
Now that she mentioned that, did you guys see the Love Island reunion the other day? And Andy Cohen helped Ariana Madix host the Love Island reunion. And he did do exactly what she said he does, where he does this like smirk when he has to, kind of embarrass you. So Huda, everybody's favorite hood rat, had said, "Oh, that was 30 days ago. I can look back at that and laugh now. I've really worked on myself." And Andy turned to her and says, with the smirk she's talking about, turns to her and says, "Oh, so a month of self-reflection and you've changed, huh?" And then he did his little smirk. Do you know what I'm talking about? Can you put it in the comments? Put a 1 in the comments if you know Andy's smirk. Put a 5 in the comments if you have no idea what we're talking about. It's definitely giving a 1 in the comments. Okay? But let's continue to listen.
It's sick. I mean, it's sadistic. There were no boundaries. There was no limits. I mean, he was worse before, because he was not a known person. He was not on camera. He didn't have NBC Now protecting him with the best attorneys. It was a free-for-all for him. He was way worse because he wasn't in the public eye yet. And there is a past with him and the cast of Project Runway. I do think that he felt like, I'm too big now to even go back to those very casual, unprofessional days of when it was just kind of like drugs, partying with the cast. When I was on Project Runway, season 5, on Bravo, Andy Cohen was not an on-camera. That was a thirsty...
Okay, so from the last thing, that sounds a lot like what Leah McSweeney said. That sounds like the pattern power that Leah McSweeney has mentioned about drug-fueled work environment led by none other than yours truly, Andy Cohen. That's exactly what the fuck Leah McSweeney said. Okay? So it seems like Andy's pattern of doing this with the staff is kind of well established. I'm not sure why they would let him do that at work, because this was destined to come back and bite him in the behind. But let's listen to this.
Or wouldn't I have met Harvey in his hotel room that day? Taken one for the team, myself, in my career? No, I didn't do that. Not that I'm like shaming any woman that went up to Harvey's hotel room. Like, that's the type of fearlessness that I don't have. I mean, I get scared. Like, I run. That's the type of feeling I can't go with. Like, when the Ghislaine Maxwell, Barbara Schneeweiss to the Harvey Weinstein was on set with us, she would escort me. Like, we couldn't even go to the bathrooms by ourselves. She would escort me to the bathroom and stare at me, like with a look of death, but like it was like sexual. It was twisted. And she would say, she wouldn't leave and she wouldn't say anything. And she would say, "Leave the stall door open when you pee." And I'm like, oh my God, like, this is so creepy. I just don't know why it's necessary. I just wanted to be on a design show. I didn't understand the like weird behavior and like kind of threat, like it's like in a threatening manner. Like, I'm watching your every move. And I don't really know, like when I get nervous and uncomfortable, I giggle. And so that's what I do. And I don't think they liked that, because that's not the response they're looking for. They really wanted to kind of work and either you kind of join in, ooh, hi, we doing this? Or they want you to feel less than dirt and get scared. But I would giggle and then get through it and cry later. Run and then cry later. There were times where it was like deliriously fun, where you're just like, you know, when you're like partying all night but then like you're hungover the next day, but you're still just laughing, because if you don't laugh, you'll cry because you're just in so much pain. and just disarray by the environment, and you have a camera on you, so you better smile. Better fucking smile. And all you trolls sound exactly like Andy Cohen. Well, sweetie, you signed up for this. I didn't sign up for fucking Naked and Afraid.
Uh-huh.
So I was a thirsty whore. And you guys saying and commenting that this is not painting me in a good light, or I'm not making...
John, the number was 5 if you didn't agree. It was 1 if you've seen Andy's smirk, and it was 5 if you have not seen Andy's smirk. And you put a number 2. So I'm not sure if you've seen it but don't want to admit it, or haven't quite seen it and thought you did. But I do appreciate you participating in the chat. Let's continue with Kenley Collins of Season 5, Project Runway, doing a tell-all Instagram series ever since the most recent season of Project Runway has aired. She's been doing these daily. She does and you can see she's in the same dress for the last 3. And then last time, she does 3 a days, 2 to 3 a days, and then she'll take a break. So today we're going to listen through part 18.
Of Andy describing kids, and you guys saying and commenting that this is not painting me in a good light, or I'm not making that this is a horrible career move for me. Do you actually think I give a fuck? I mean, all fucks are lost on this one. Do you really think I'm dying to go back to work for the Hollywood perps? And I'm so thirsty. I want to get back on TV. Don't you think I would have taken the opportunity to go back on TV when they asked me fucking 20 times to be on that show? And I told them to fuck off? Do you really think I'm just dying to go back on that show when I get no rights, no respect, and I'm treated like less than dirt? Yeah, I'm just dying for attention from the fucking Hollywood pedophiles. Really, trolls? Let's really think long and hard. And I've had plenty of opportunity, even back in the early days when I did get some negative attention after the show. I was at a downward spiral. It was so traumatizing coming out of that situation where you're disconnected from the entire world. They take your IDs and wallets and your phone so that you don't flee from prison. I was offered my own television shows. MTV wanted a love show with me called So in Love, where men competed for my heart and sewed dresses. Not everybody will do whatever the fuck scumbag producers and network execs have the brilliant ideas for them to do. I have standards. Okay? I'm a person. There are plenty of desperate people out there that want to get back on television. They're in the delusional stage of thinking maybe they'll call me back and maybe they'll give me something bigger or treat me with respect. That's delusional. It's not going to happen. Do you want your own podcast on our network? Do you want your own show on our network? Kindly, why don't we do a documentary? I'm not being part of your fucking network or your podcast. I got my own fucking channel right here. Like and follow, bitch. There's a phrase. It's called "you get what you pay for." You're not gonna fucking pay me to do television and come back and do this, and this. Why don't you go fuck yourself? Because I'm not even interested in working with perverts anyway. And that's what I can do now with so much conviction and pride. Now that my predator is in prison, I can still say with 1000% certainty to fuck off. And you guys saying and commenting that some pretty disturbing footage has been brought to my attention of Andy describing kids on the first season of The Real Housewives of Orange County in 2006. Let's watch it. Let's roll the tapes.
And it was like these women on the tape, their hair was blonder, their boobs were bigger, their kids were hotter than anything you had seen.
Their kids? Their boobs were bigger, but their kids were hotter than anything you'd seen. NBC, are you fucking okay? Are you kidding me? Francis Berwick, you continue to give this pedophile a platform? Kids? Hold on. How old were the kids? Because let me cross my fucking T's and dot my fucking I's on this one. Kids? On that season, 7, 9, 13, 14, 17, 19, and 20. So, is he talking about the 20-year-old? Let's hope. But no. Or is he talking about the 19-year-old? But that's a girl, so not really his type. Are you fucking kidding me, NBC? Are you kidding me? Francis Berwick, you're a woman. There's so many powerful women at NBC who are huge executives giving this fucking creep a platform. Non-stop to destruct and humiliate, destroy, and prey upon kids? Housewives, keep your fucking kids away from this creep. Like, it's not good. He's not good. Are we really okay with this? That's fucking disgusting. The kids are hotter? They're 7 and 9. Most of them are well under 19 years old. You're sick. You guys aren't okay. That's not pedophilia? Sexualizing kids? Are we looking up the definition yet of pedophilia? Sexualizing children. This is coming from a man in his 40s? And this is out in the open? Right underneath your fucking nose? You give this guy a platform and a forced talk show that never had good ratings ever! Ever! Except for when Nene and Teresa were on it. But those are real reality stars that expose their whole truth in their life. And are ride or fucking die for you creeps. Psycho. Like Dahmer psycho. Some pretty of hearing about the Project Runway deals. It's a fucking knife in the motherfucking wound they were all trying to heal from. Working 6 weeks side by side with Harvey Weinstein and Andy Cohen. And in my motherfucking opinion, Andy was a lot worse than working with Harvey. I actually kind of liked Harvey at first before he got possessive over me and claimed ownership of me when he realized I was sought after by other networks and other people and doing other things without him. Never ratted you out. I never said a word about you guys. Harvey, you're a rapist, apparently. I mean, you didn't rape me. I didn't give you that opportunity. Who really owns the rights to seasons 1 through 5 of Project Runway? Because we know you don't have our contracts. I know I kept a lot of shit blank when I said, is it okay if my lawyer changes a few things around? And you said no, so I left it blank. Where's my contract? Where is it? Because you destroyed it. There is no contract. You never even gave me a copy. I can promise that's a fact. Harvey has it in prison? How does that work? Is he still in charge? In prison? And this is why when I see him trying to get out, I'm just like, that was cute. I don't have any closure with you pieces of shit. Francis Berwick, you should be canceled. You're the Ghislaine Maxwell and the Barbara Schneeweiss to the Epstein and to the Weinstein. You're fucking Auntie Cohen's pimp. And I'm really keeping it PG for you, NBC. But I'm about ready to do a full-blown tell-all if you don't start fucking listening. Are we listening yet? I'm sick of hearing about the Project Runway deals. It's a fucking knife in the motherfucking wound they were all trying to heal from. It's really hilarious to read these comments that are like the same comments, hate comments that I got when I was so young on television. Like, you were a brat back then and still a brat now. Don't you know it's cool to be a brat now? Charlie XCX came out with an album called Brat, and it was amazing. There's really cool dolls named Brats. Also, didn't you see the documentary, The Brat Pack? Where that was something the media came up with about young actors it really killed them and hurt their feelings, and they turned to drugs, but it actually became an iconic phrase, the Brat Pack. Time's getting you insult. Haters. It's really... Did I do All-Stars on my accord? Fuck no. I was a slave to the franchise. Sold. From one owner to another. Bravo fought and sued Harvey for selling it to Lifetime without even allowing them to counteroffer and buy it back. He was just like, oh, Lifetime gave me an offer I couldn't refuse, and now I'm leaving and I'm taking it to Lifetime. Bravo said, no, not fucking taking this show from us. That's our, like, highest rated show. And they sued Harvey. He settled with Bravo for $55 million just to get his precious deal with Lifetime. That's when the meetings and the weird harassment started happening. Like, we need, the all-star players because Lifetime wants them. And we just did a $200 million deal with them, and we need you. I was disgusted because I had a contract with E to do Fashion Fleece. I had already had my apartment up and everything, and I had my flight booked and everything, and I was flying to LA, and I was going to be a full-time correspondent on E and on Fashion Fleece. And my agent called me and said, Harvey needs you for All-Stars. And I was like, what do you mean? What are you talking about? I'm not fucking doing that. My agent is in on this. Like, he's, like, duh. Like, why wouldn't he be? Why wouldn't a big ICM agent be in on this? Even though he's supposed to be representing me. He's gonna go with Harvey Weinstein. He's a bigger name and a bigger producer, and he has more control. So, like, obviously Harvey's gonna make promises to him and pull me out like some piece of fucking meat to work for free. I was devastated. And I just had to do it. I 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 didn't want to do it, but I had to do it. Because they weren't going to let me be. They weren't going to leave me alone. They were just going to take and take and take. I had no say in the matter. I had no say. I felt so defeated. And this is why when people ask me, oh, why don't you recap? Why did you tell a story of Project Runway? I wish I could talk about the good times because there were good times. There were really good times. I met a lot of amazing people, and I laughed a lot. But I can't forget about the control. I can't. Am I not worth a single penny? I can't even move on with any other jobs or opportunities. Like, I'm never going to escape. I'm never going to get out. Did I do All-Stars on my accord? Fuck no. I was a slave. Harvey let me go to the Emmys to promote and represent the show. Wow. Whoopty fucking do. I was a guest.
Hi, Palaver. Yeah, you know what? Okay, so I went to bed at like, what time? I was like, oh, let me go lay down. Last night, I put the boy to bed, went and got in bed, laid down, passed out. And then around 1 o'clock, I've been up since 1:30. I got up, my son was up. The dog had shit in the house. So he put the dog outside. I helped him clean up the stuff. And then I was like, oh, checking my emails. And now it's 5 o'clock in the morning, girl. I decided I already went live on TikTok for an hour. And then I was like, well, let me come give my YouTube people something. And so we're listening to Kenley Collins, season 5, Project Runway participant. On this last post, before I move on, I just wanted to read to you. She said, human trafficking at its finest. There were the type of people in Hollywood no one could fuck with. Talent trafficking. And she just talked about how she was forced for our entertainment to partake of a show, the All-Star season, and they wouldn't pay her or nothing. And they pretty much like forced her to go. I'm not sure how that happens, but that's how she feels. And she's already said that Andy Cohen is the gay Harvey Weinstein, but worse. Yeah. Oh, where were we? Sorry, darn you guys. All that. Here we are. Go down. We were to 14. Yeah, trafficking talent we just saw. We only have 2 more, you guys.
Harvey let me go to the Emmys to promote and represent the show. Wow, what the fucking do? I was a guest model on season 10, where the designers competed to design an Emmy red carpet look for previous designers, and Ben, who's an amazing, amazing designer, then made me a dress. They couldn't recreate that dress, so he had to make a new dress for me at the Emmys. I mean, he kind of worked with me, and he made something really beautiful for me to wear to the Emmys. But we were escorted by the shit on PAs, like, because we're in jail, and they're, like, watching us. It's a very fake experience to go to the Emmys. If you ever seen, like, stars going to the Emmys to promote their show, or, like, a movie at the Oscars, have you ever seen, like, the publicist, or, like, the man, like, there's, like, a producer that escorts the talent so that the talent doesn't, like, really say anything bad, like, help me, I'm trapped in hell. They're asking me to go up to their hotel rooms, and they're creepy, and they touch me, and they say they're gonna ruin me if I don't come to the Emmys or do their fucking show. That's how it was. And then plus I had to see Auntie, and I was like, gross. So the experience, besides him escorting me, it was being at the Emmys was amazing. Did it compare to a job being taken away from me? No, I like to make money. I'm a business person. I don't appreciate a job like that being in exchange for the job that Harvey got me blacklisted from. I met John Hamm and all these, Kristen Wiig and all these really amazing movie stars. But the coolest part was, like, I had fans that I didn't even know I had. Because they make sure that you don't have any fans. And they were all yelling my name and saying, Kenley, Kenley, Kenley. And I was like, how do they even know who I am? How? How do they know me? Because you're being told by the producers, we didn't get good ratings. What do you think this is? Like, what do you think, you're a movie star or something? Like, they want to tell you you're worth nothing. Don't even think about asking us for money, because you're not worth a dime. And they don't want to credit you for anything, nothing. And I just wanted to get a normal life back, because that type of abuse is just, like, wrong. When I'm, like, ride or die for them, and I'm, like, doing things for them, and I'm being blacklisted from doing other real paid jobs. Harvey let me go to the Emmys to promote and represent.
A lot of the things that Kenley is saying, I feel like Leah Mobb's attorney needs copies of this. And I feel like, who else is suing? Brandy Glanville. She's actually said some things that Brandy Glanville said. Remember that time Brandy Glanville said he tried to pimp her out and do a threesome with her and another person. He said he wanted to be there for a threesome with it. And then he got another Bravo celebrity to say that Brandy was making a bigger deal out of it than it was supposed to be, and that, of course, he wasn't serious. But Brandy's point was, what boss says to their employee, let's have a threesome, I want you to have a threesome. Remember that? And so Kenley, in one of her videos that we've already watched, has said that Andy Cohen invited her for a threesome or something. I was like, what? See, so Brandy's attorneys need this. Leah Mobb's attorneys need this. I still haven't seen Nene where she needs to be. She needs to see this, because this, what she's talking about, establishes the pattern, okay? It further establishes a pattern by Bravo, Peacock, Andy, NBC, et al., that they allow this type of work, this type of behavior in a work environment. And we always talk about over here on LRGA Curves how if you're a contract employee, which a housewife is, which she would be, you know, because it's not a traditional 9 to 5 job. So it's not like a W-2 kind of employment thing. You would be a contract employee. And NDAs cannot cover criminal offenses or make you break the law. And similarly, yeah, this couldn't even go down the way it was supposed to. Let's just listen. Did we already did this one? Now I'm confused.
The show. Wow. What the fucking... This is the way RuPaul showed up as a judge on the Drag Race Challenge. Me and Chris used to laugh our faces off about this. I'm like, that's ridiculous. She showed up like they were like, where's RuPaul? Find her. She's the original drag queen from the 80s. Let's go find her. It's like they pulled her out of Skid Row and threw on a 90s cheap Pam Anderson wig on her and a cheap secretary look and said, go get it, girl.
That's hilarious. So Chris was the one. Now this Chris guy, she was saying that Chris March, the guy that she just showed in the Wonder Woman outfit, he was an icon. And he actually was the one who he like produced or directed the Project Runway episode about the drag thing. And then they used that episode to create a spin-off show called Drag Race. And it was supposed to be Chris March's Drag Race. And what she's showing us in this video is that these motherfuckers have the nerve to not only steal Chris March's concept, but then use the person that they had in the episode as the stand-in for the concept that Chris March had. So Chris March came up with the drag thing. It was a great episode. It got the concept grew into a drag race show. It was supposed to be Chris March's drag race show. They fired Chris, inserted RuPaul, who was also the judge on Project Runway where Chris March worked. You see the connection? Yeah. And I'm actually surprised that RuPaul allowed himself to be utilized in that way against another member of the LGBTQIA community. Like, who the fuck is RuPaul to take credit for RuPaul's Drag Race? That's not, it's that I'm from now on, I'm gonna call it Chris March's Drag Race because he stole it. Oh, look, I've been talking about Leah Mob needs to see this. And look, here she is right here. So, Leah Mob, hope you're taking all this information right over to the attorney. Okay, let's go to the next one.
Amazing. I loved her as a judge. She was real. She was sweet. She said, I love Kenley. She's like this broad right out of the 40s, and I just love her energy and vibe. That was This is the way RuPaul showed up. Loved her as a judge. She was real. She was sweet. She said, I love Kenley. She's like this broad right out of the 40s, and I just love her energy and vibe. That was really nice of her. That's the girl that doesn't get threatened by other girls because she's secure with herself and she can compliment another woman. Not like Heidi. When I did the hip hop challenge, LL Cool J was the judge, and he said, like, my look on Leanne looked hip hop. He never said that it didn't. He said he liked it. It was very like what hip hop artists were wearing at the time, and I guess he loved it in front of me. And then what they do is once we leave the runway, they have other takes, and they said to him, "No, we're gonna need a take of you saying that's not hip hop because that's what he says on the edit, and that's not at all what he said to me." So, and here's my look. This was like this mesh sequin boob and then a bolero, and they made me take the bolero off, and it was just mesh dress, like with underwear underneath it, and I'm elevated up on the runway, standing for 6 hours with my whole crotch out. It was, let me tell you how comfortable that day was.
Hey, Shelves.
Full mesh dress with just the boobs sequined, which Jarrell did a great job. I mean, that was really pop star. But I stood up there half naked for 6 hours in front of LL Cool J, and Heidi was like talking about my boobs the entire time. Like, I don't really like the boobs. They don't look supported. And LL Cool J was like, they look supported to me, which is really rich coming from someone who just literally got the craziest, biggest implants. They make her look older, and like, isn't she trying to be like younger? I mean, she dates guys 20 years younger than her, so I don't understand why she wants these like giant sandbags hanging off her chest. It looks horrible. Sandra Bernhard was, I guess, okay. She was, you know, she didn't like my design, and I won. And this was the design that I won. And she said it looked like a huge like growth coming out of her thigh. I don't think Brooke Shields was comfortable on the show because they were telling her to be mean to us. She wanted to be nice, but we got, me and Keith did this look together. It really was his look. It was his sketch. It was his design. I just helped basically sew it and execute it. This one, kissing him. And when she would always kiss Harvey, but she would only air kiss Tim. I think he grossed her out. I honestly do. Because she didn't air kiss anybody except for him. I'm just saying. Natalie.
Yeah, I like her sass a lot too, you guys. So this is, again, I told you we were going through 18 is where she has it today. Kenley Collins. We started off 13 days ago. I was like, who is this? And I love her aesthetic. She is very sassy, like a 40s broad, for real, for real. So yeah, so she started this story on
Project Runway, I guess tonight or tomorrow, I don't know.
July 31st. And she saw the trailer, and look, you could see she went right to her bathroom and had to make a video. And she hasn't stopped since the 31st of July. I do suspect we'll see some more. Actually, I think she had some more here.
This is the way RuPaul showed Natalie Portman.
Thank you guys for sharing your stories about Chris and how much you loved him. And how much you're going to remember him. He cared so much. He cared so much. He would have cared so much to see the outpour of how many people loved him. He would have loved this. He would have loved this. Thank you. Thank you. For those of you who just are still don't get it, I really thank you for the fire you're going to keep in me. Thank you, because when you want to fucking shut me down about this, I don't care. I don't care. RuPaul and World of Wonder and fucking RuPaul's Drag Race can honestly go fuck themselves. They made billions of dollars off that show while my friend died alone in a nursing home with
That's too much, right? So you guys, just wanted to bring that here to you. I hope you enjoyed this. I mean, this was really shocking to hear for a lot of people. We did just see Andy Cohen on we did just see Andy Cohen on, what day was that? Monday, on the reunion for Love Island. And she even mentioned about the smirk he does after he embarrasses you during a reunion publicly. That little smirk he does when he knows that, oh, that was good TV. That hurt her. That was good TV, you know? And I suggested that Leah Mobb see this. It looks like she has. I suggest that Brandy Glanville come on over here and take the note she can to establish the pattern power of Andy Cohen asking for threesomes since the 5th season of Project Runway. And remember, he tried to tell us that Brandy was crazy. Oh yeah, she's crazy. Remember? Nope, she not crazy. You've been doing too much. Nene said she got blacklisted. She's been blacklisted. Another established pattern. So you guys, anyway, make sure you smash that like button, smash the subscribe button, ring the bell, and I will see you in the next video.